Yo, what's up, family? Welcome back to the Who You Talking To show. I'm OleHead, Rell, 1/3 of the To Be Fair show, and my illustrious co-host here, OleHead singer, the Glizzy Gobbler himself, Mr. Vote Blue No Matter Who. How you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm here, bruh. Just, shit, a lot of shit going on, a lot of shit happened this week. So, yeah, glad to be here.
Nah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Shoot, hey, it's crazy. We was just watching I'm Not Racist, the Joyner Lucas Joan, I know everybody remember the Joyner Lucas video, him, the white dude, black dude sitting across from each other. That video is crazy because it's gonna age super graceful. It's gonna age super graceful. Like even listening to it now, it's still so fucking current.
It's powerful. When something's powerful, it's hard to stop, and being powerful in a positive way. And then, trying to look at things not only from your side, but from someone else's side. That's what makes it powerful. And like I say, when things are powerful, they usually stick around. It moves people when they listen to it. And he make a lot of good points. So yeah, I agree. I'll say it's powerful piece of work, and yeah, people gonna be listening to it for a long time.
Long time. I don't see that going away anytime soon. It's like I said, it's so current. The conversation is still so current. And I don't remember when it dropped, but that had been around like Trump's first election, like what was that 2016?
Hmm.
That had been around 2016, and you listen to it today, and it's like, damn, it's the exact same. You know what I mean? The sentiment is the same. I think that one of the big things is that like we don't know really much about the our Caucasian counterparts. We don't know much about them, and so we infer and place blanket statements just same way that they do. We both it's the same thing. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. Like because we don't know enough about each other, we just make blanket statements and act like you know what I mean. Like oh, white man, we think money. We think you know what I mean.
Well,
The
it's not
cheating and the huh.
it's not that we don't know nothing about each other. It's just that we've been taught the wrong things about each other. It's not that we don't know a lot.
But
We know a lot about white people, but it's the things that the world show us,
mm,
they project what they project. We know what they project. Just like the world don't really don't really know us because they write our projection on the world.
mm,
So that I think that's a more fair statement than we don't know anything about. We know what they want us to know. Just like they whether it's true or not have a picture that the world paints of us.
right.
So that's what we know.
Right, but
But
I'm talking about in an intimate relationship so that we actually know what their dynamics actually look like to where, you know, the household dynamic. We actually know, you know, what their thought process is like as far as rearing their kids and you know what I mean? We don't actually know how they think about, you know what I mean, the nuances and the really just the important pillars of society and like, you know what I mean? We don't really know them. Like we know what is projected just like they know what is projected of us. It's like what it's essentially whatever entertainment says about the other is what we believe they are like. You know what I mean? And we just run with it. And I guess what up? Shout out to the To Be Fair show. They pulled up. Appreciate it. What up? And we got brother David Foster in here. What up, brother? He said, yeah, I'm not racist is probably the best explanation of misunderstanding. No, 100%. But this one, the title of this one is Parenting in 2025. Parenting in 2025. And I think I'm gonna start this off with a meme just to bring the conversation forward. Let's see if I can remember. Just to bring the conversation forward because I think this is one of the conversations that I hold dear. I love talking about like certain things. Like I love talking about relationships. I love talking about parenting. So much to learn because it's a it's like a yes, a never ending lesson. You know what I mean? It's like life. Until you die, you'll learn. You should learn every day. And with children, they change day to day, and you know what I mean. The growth is just and just being intentional. I think that it's a lot to think about. So we're gonna start here and make sure they can see these. Tell
you
me what you think, huh?
you made a statement that resonated with me, and it's about how pure, how pure, pure, pure,
pure. I understand.
Yeah, how pure the love of a baby, a
Mm-hmm.
young child. They love you when you discipline them. They still love you,
Definitely.
and you know the the child when they that age they can see no wrong in you,
Mm-hmm.
and so that I guess that's really what's one of the ingredients to make their love for you so
Yeah.
unconditional.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, they I guess I don't know, maybe in their young minds they know that they are learning, so they don't know if they're doing right or wrong. That's something that they're being taught, but even in being taught that, they still love you different
Yeah.
than anybody
'Cause I
else.
think I think it's the same to me. It's the same thing with like having like multiple partners. The more that you experience, the more you think you understand, which the more you have a reasoning why something should be this way. And so you try to enforce that with like with them, the only thing they know is you.
Hmm.
So right or wrong, you're the example and
It's,
that's all they got. So
it's
you know what I mean? They're literally just watching you and that's all they
yeah,
know of the world really is you.
exactly, and that's why I always like to say that we are a product of our environment.
Oh yeah,
Your
for sure.
environment is your household for a child because pretty much that's where they spend 90% of their time is in that house. Because if uh, if 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 people are raising children, then they're going to be at home. They're not going to be in the street. So the child is going to be at home too. So
Mm-hmm.
the child spends 90% of their time in that environment,
Yeah.
especially when they're really young because they don't go to the daycare, they don't go to school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they spend so much time there. So that's why I really say that we are a product of our environment and they are most impressionable at
Mm-hmm.
that time. But you know something strange? I think people don't give us or look at the fact that we are animals too,
Hmm.
because children understand even at a young age the difference between man and woman
Mm,
and
for sure.
the difference between how things move when the man say something versus how things move when the woman say something. They
Agree.
pick that up. You don't have to tell them, okay, he's the boss or
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
the boss. You don't have to. They can figure that out for themselves.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So animals do that in the wild.
yeah. Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Or not necessarily. Domestic animals do too. They know who is the dominant figure in the household.
Yeah, and
And
we gonna go a little bit into like the differences or raising kids the same. That was a statement. We'll get there. We'll get there. But let's start this off with this meme here. Let me, what am I doing? Let's start this off with this meme, and we'll kick the conversation off there.
I remember at one point in time, G, we didn't even have no kind of idea on what was taking place with the parents at all. You couldn't pay us to give you any kind of information that moms and dad had going on. You couldn't because your ass not even finna make it that far. Growing up, we couldn't even be in the same room as parents. You come in this motherfucker running your mouth if you want to, and come cut somebody off while they talking. You gonna get popped right in your mouth. That's just what it was. Like all this soft shit, I really just don't get. I don't know where this coming from. I don't get how people could change the roles. Like the roles have reversed so much. Now it's like the kids is the new adults. The parents is trying to be so cool with the goddamn kid that the kid feel more like an adult than the parent do. How you trying to keep up with your child? We backwards right now. Anytime you afraid of how your child is going to react to what you have to say or what you feel about her emotionally, it's a problem. Because my mama and my dad, they didn't give no fuck what I felt. They didn't give a fuck how I felt about something. Either you gonna do this or you gonna get your ass beat. Simple. And my mind was made up at that point. So let's talk about it.
yeah,
As he
hey
said, my mind
man,
was made up at that
hell
point.
yeah, you didn't have no say so. It, it, first, the first time that I saw a child slam a door in their parent face and said, "Get out my
Yeah.
room,"
When
I
you
ain't
see
know
that,
what to do.
who did that?
I ain't never,
You ain't gotta
bro.
say that. It was a black person.
No,
Oh, okay, I'm about to say you ain't gotta say no
no,
names though. Yeah,
no,
I was about to say.
no. It's
Where you
white.
seen that from?
What you like you go over like say if you are part of a school event or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, everybody going or whatnot, and people parents pick up other people's kids and stuff like that,
Oh, like carpooling.
yeah, carpooling like some. And I don't know what happened. Somebody had to use the bathroom or something. So the lady was cool. She was a white lady. She was cool, and she was in the house, and she. I don't know why she went to the little girl room or whatever, but the little girl slammed the door and said, "Get out of my room." Shit. All of us was trying to, everybody black was trying to figure out where we going.
Looking at each other like,
what we finna get behind. You know what I'm saying? To make sure we don't catch none of these licks, because they finna go off.
Yeah.
She
ate it.
She ate it. She ate it.
What you think would have happened to you?
I still have marks on my face right now. Evidence. I have evidence on my face. My mom used to take a 50-foot drop cord. No, it wasn't a drop cord. I'm lying. It was a phone cord. Because back in the day, everybody had them phones. They used to drag the mugs all through the house. My mama had one that'll reach from the living room all the way to the kitchen.
Yeah.
And she'll take that thing and she'll loop it. And she'll loop it. And she'll loop it. And when she gets through loop, when she hit you one time, it spread like a fan. She wrap it around her fist.
Yeah.
And when she grab back like this, when she come forward, it looked like it do this.
Yeah.
And when it hit you, it cover from your neck all, sometimes your face too.
Yeah.
All the way down to below your kneecaps in one swat. You don't even know what. You don't know where to put your hand. You
know that shower killed your boy.
Boy.
I know that shower was lethal.
And call the police. I ain't never heard of that shit.
No.
Talking about call the police. Yeah. No, bro. We ain't. No, I ain't never heard. But see, like he's saying though, the way kids growing up today, the kids whooping their daddy's ass, and the daughters and the mamas fist fighting. You know what I'm saying? Shit like, bro. My mama was finna shoot my sister.
You talk about that, yeah.
Yeah. No. No, they didn't play that. No, bro.
It's weird because, like, I wonder where the shift happened. Like
when the white man took over and told the kids that if they parents hit them a certain way or did a certain thing, to come and tell them, and then they would, take it over from there. And then they call the police coming out to your house. You're missing days out of work, or the police come to your job to talk to you, and you embarrassed and stuff like that. And that stopped people. That stopped people from disciplining their kids. But I always said, if you call them on me, I'm gonna tell them to take your ass with them.
Yeah.
Tell me, where I'm paying, who I'm paying the child support to, or whatever. I ain't play that.
Yeah, I think that I think that there's pros and cons. I mean, there's pros and cons to everything, but like in the parenting situation, like I think that having a voice is very, because if you want your child to be confident, I think that, and confidence is something that will help you push, through the world a little bit with a little more ease, bearing more fruit. If you want your child to have a voice and be confident, then it starts at home. They have to have a voice at home. I think that there's also some limitations that you have to put on that, though. You know what I mean? There, I believe in, if you need to be reached out and touched, you need to be reached out and touched. But then there is a line between, where's the line between discipline and abuse? You know what I mean? That's a thin line. And if you're,
well, we was abused in that case. What no?
Oh line. Yeah. If a motherfucker take a motherfucker phone cord and put whips on the back of your, that's abuse.
You go to school,
and I think, do you think that there were? See, and this is the thing. Like, this is something that I try not to do. I try not to discipline out of anger. You know what I mean? But really, at the end of the day, my kids at an age where they don't make me mad. You know what I mean? They're children, and I see them as children, so it's a learn, and I understand that they're learning. So they don't really do anything that really makes me mad, other than lie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Lying may not even mad. It's more disappointment, and if the need to discipline, if I feel the need to discipline, then it
I like the last time I whooped your sister. I wasn't mad. I was really, and I say I got mad, but I didn't really get mad. The thing to me is that I'm your father, and I'm telling you that I didn't do something, and you telling me I did do it, and I told you, no, it wasn't what you thought it was. It was a misunderstanding. And then you still sat down. You on your square, and you're going to stay there. Well, I'm going to have to interrupt your square.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's also well, in my opinion, I would think that it was like you said, like it was a miscommunication. I don't think either of y'all were wrong. Like knowing the story, like you say you didn't cuss. She's saying you cussed her, and you know what I mean, cursing her
She
and
said
cussing.
I cursed her.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that maybe at some point, if you don't understand the difference between cursing someone and you know what I mean, and cursing, like then
But
that was just
but knowing me, do you think I cussed her?
yeah. But what I'm saying is, I think that she interpreted what she was saying. She felt that she was right, and honestly, she was being honest. But what you were in your adult understanding, you were more nuanced than she was able to. You know what I mean? Really understand at the time. I think that was like you say miscommunication or yeah. But yeah. So let me ask you this: what are some things we're gonna start? We want to start with the negatives, or you want to start with the pros, or you want to start with the cons?
I don't even care, bro.
Okay,
Get
well
it
let's
on.
start with now. Let's start with the cons. What are some things that you see in our in let's say mid 30 parents, 30-year-old parents? What are some things that you think that they're doing that is to the detriment? Some of the negatives. What do you think that like we could get better? We can do better at. You want me to start off?
I don't know. Um, I don't know many 30-year-old parents
Mm,
that I spend time around. There's probably two that I can think of that I spend time around.
mm,
You know, my nieces, but I don't spend time around them.
to really know what it
You
looks
know,
like.
to know what it looked
Yeah.
like with them. I only,
Well, what are some things that like stand out? You know what I mean, not even like just some things
well,
you
okay,
see
I
in
learned,
passing.
I, but I, see, you calling them pros and cons.
Hmm.
Um, I'm just speaking on my experience with y'all. I think that it's true that women are single women raising kids is a detriment to the child.
Yeah, statistical fact.
But I'm just saying, you got statistics. I'm just speaking from my
Gotcha.
heart. Okay. I think it's a detriment because, especially when a woman have kids young, they friends. She
Mm.
gonna still try to live her life and have a child, and in doing so, the child is gonna end up as they grow older and as she grow older.
In their
Let's say
teenage years.
that in her teenage years, and you still young.
Yeah.
You still got a lot to learn yourself. So your daughter is not your girlfriend, but in a man with a man, his daughter wouldn't be his.
Yeah, yeah. That
You
would
see
never
what I'm
happen.
saying?
Yeah.
You know, even in the same scenario, yeah, she was born when he was younger, and now he's in his mid 30s, mid 30s.
Yeah.
He
Teenage
that's
years.
not going to be.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
No, it's not a thing.
Even with your
We
son, you
still,
still ain't.
yeah,
Yeah, I ain't homeboys with you
and I'm
like that,
using
like
girl
that.
because men naturally we are more lenient with our daughters
Mm.
as far as how we address them and how hard we are on them. Now, boys, it's a little different. You know, it's just go back to what I told. I was nowhere near a perfect parent. I don't even try to act like I was. I was one of them absent parents that's just did this and kept it moving, and I accept that, and I know that that wasn't right, but that's in hindsight.
Hmm.
When I was doing it, it was right to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I was contributing.
Right.
You
I get
know,
it.
but when it comes to boys, you you try to, which I did, and it was a little later coming in, but I tried to get you to understand that me being hard on you is different from somebody else in the street. That's how that's what me and we try to teach our sons if we're in their life. If you think I'm hard on you and I love you,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? I want the best for you. So if what I'm doing to you, you can't handle this, you definitely not gonna be able to handle what them people gonna do to you in the street because they don't give a fuck about you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we had that conversation. So I think that by a man being around a child, and this is something else I wanted to say. Even though a woman, I don't think is really good at raising kids, whether it's boys or girls, especially boys, but whether it's boys or girls, I think that if you come into a child's life and that child is used to that type of parenting, where she and her mom is girlfriend
Right.
and whatever, if you come into that child's life and be a man in her life, you know, make rules, stand on your rules, and also let them see that you are the type of person that moves in a certain way as to whereas in you are doing certain things with a purpose.
Mhm.
And your purpose is to make things better. You know what I'm saying? And you respect them and you demand respect from them when it comes to you.
Right.
If you move like that in that child's life, that in the beginning, that child may be a little rebellious or whatever against what you're saying. But if they're not past a certain point, then they will respect you in a parent role.
Yeah, I mean, it also depends on what type of parenting was done prior to you getting there. So
I think that's what I'm saying. That's a,
yeah, see, we ain't trying. We talking about being a stepfather. Like we can do it. We can have a conversation about that. If you, well, fuck it out. We can go there now. I think that I think that that's one of those very nuanced um situations. Uh, because like as my mom was a single mother, I had my mom did date maybe like two guys like when I was growing up that one of them he was completely hands off and he didn't try to come in the house and try to change how shit was going, and one of them did. The one that did, it was rough as hell for him. You know what I mean? You talking about teenage kids, like nobody really trying to listen to what you can't change the program that we've been having. So it sounds good.
but you said teenage kids. See, that's what I'm talking about. I said
If it's
that
early
if
enough.
you catch them early
Oh, okay,
enough,
yeah. If you're talking about
you know what I mean?
children, like
Yeah.
toddlers,
No, 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 no. I'm talking about 10, 12, 13,
mm,
14. Barely, barely coming to their teens. If
it
you can
possibly
catch
it's
them there, that's
you
that's
learn.
as late as you gonna get. If you 14, 15, 16 when you meet this nigga, no, he can't tell you nothing.
Yeah.
Cause you think you got it figured out.
Well, that's a real nuanced conversation. Like to me, and we was talking
I
about this
don't,
the other day. What?
okay, okay, okay. How many single mothers would you say I've dated?
I never thought about that. Probably damn near
Would you?
all of them.
No, 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 no. I said how many. I didn't say. See, but this is the thing.
Single mothers.
I would, I would bet that I would have just as much experience in that situation as a lot of brothers, if not more than most in that situation.
Hmm. Oh, okay. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you ride. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Pause.
because I have dated a lot of single mothers.
Hmm.
So I've seen this firsthand, is what I'm saying. I've seen this firsthand. So I'm not telling you something that I just pulled out my ass from last month.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen this. If you show them, I've seen it, like I said, many times. If you are a stand up person in their life, they respect you. Now, are they still going to do some bad stuff and whatnot? Yeah, because they used to doing that. But when it comes to you, though,
Hmm.
when it comes to you can get more respect from them than even their mother.
Oh no, I believe that.
So, and I know this for a fact.
Yeah, I believe that.
You know, you can just say a thing and they take it for what you say it is.
Hmm.
Their mom can come and say the same thing and get uh 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 uh
Yeah, I mean, I think that yeah, if you pick a good partner, whether it be male or female, if you pick a good partner and they're like, yeah, if you pick a good partner good people, children can see what a good person looks like. They can see and feel, you know what I mean, that this person means no harm, wants the best for them, and is not going to lead them in the wrong direction. You know what I mean? And you also want to that relationship. You also kind of got to drop carrots and everything too to build that bond so that they feel connected to you. To establish it initially,
Mhm.
there are some things that you would probably need to do to establish it initially.
And they will allow you to do stuff that no other adult can do other than their mother, of
Possibly.
course. Yeah, like take their phones and uh, what y'all call them,
Well, iPad thing.
gadgets, electronics,
Gadgets.
or whatever. I don't know what
All
y'all
right,
call them.
yeah.
Y'all call them something.
Okay.
But anyway, you can do that in a disciplinary situation. You can do that, and it ain't gonna be no. It ain't gonna be no whole lot of backlash, no whole lot of disrespect going on or whatever, because you came into their life and and you kept everything respectful as toward them, and you didn't let them do anything that was disrespectful towards you. And I say that because I'm getting to this point right here because to me, some people swear that single mothers, shaquitas, whatever you want to call them,
Hmm.
there's there's no hope for them, and I don't believe that. I believe that a lot of times it's just they haven't had a better option. Maybe it has something to do with what they chose. Maybe it has something to do with what was presented to them or where their options were, or even their ceiling. Maybe their ceiling was just too low. Maybe they was comfortable here.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe that's what excited them. But all I'm saying is, I hear on a lot of shows and I listen to a lot of people talk, and they act like that they just a lost cause, and I don't think so. And that's
Hmm.
just my point. I think that there's a lot of good people out there that, even though they're supposed to be adults, I think it's a lot of good people out there that just need to be shown that there's a better way.
Well, I mean, I think that that sounds good as hell, and I don't believe that there are some people out here that can be shown a better way. But one thing that, and this is the thing that I always kind of in these type of conversations, I always talk about consistency. So the thing is that yeah, for a short time, anybody can be a different version of themselves for a shorter period of time. But once that comfortability sets in, then you'll start to see that it's hard to change because, like my brother said, like people don't generally change. You would see a caterpillar changes to a butterfly, right? So that's a complete like 360 or 180 from the original. You know what I mean? The original. I don't want to say the original state, but in general, to form consistency, this is a learned behavior. Over
Mhm.
time you learn this thing and then it changes so it's like unlearning. And you can't just unlearn some shit because somebody came here and then bam, you unlearn all this fucked up. No, it's gonna take you time to unlearn said thing. And most people have really real trouble with unlearning. So it's like the way that you react when you get mad. In order to, you know how many grown people are still talking about working on their attitude? Motherfucker, 50, 45, 50 years old, still talking about their attitude that need to be changed. You know what I mean? That it sounds so some people can make these changes in their life, but I believe the majority of people will stay rather consistent with who they've been, unless something catastrophic or something like some major, you know what I mean, something that majorly impacts their life changes the trajectory. But like your trajectory generally is not able to be shifted in like you know what I mean? Me was going the possession charge, going to court and goddamn, okay, I got to go to the military. You see what I'm saying? That changed my. It was something that was like made such a big impact that it changed me. It made me make a life decision change. You see what I'm saying? Most people don't actually like make those type of shifts. So what I'd say is that for the majority, I'm not gonna put no time in trying to figure out whether you go you know what I mean, whether you can change or fuck that. You can just like they talk about they don't want projects at this age. Niggas don't. I'm not signing up for no motherfucking project. I got shit that I gotta take care of. You want what? No, I ain't got time for that shit. And I wouldn't be trying to make time. You know, I would never do that. Like, no, I'm not signing up for it. What up? Unc said, what up? He said, this is the same as people from Africa wanting to see us to see, wanting us to see where we're from Africa. We are almost 500 years divided from them. We have our own. culture and development and different cultures are not them, and we are not like are not them. Different cultures we are not like. We are not them. Hey, I think that's funny. That was a little left. That sounded like some to be fair unpack shit. Some diaspora. What is it? Diaspora FBA joint. You know what I mean? But yeah. I mean, I guess that you can make the correlation still. Yeah, I'm not interested in trying to start over and figure out how to help somebody maintain or how to address their, you know what I mean, these things that it's hard to change that shit. You've been this way. You 35, 40 years old. You've been this way your entire life. You think that, oh, you just find this nigga, this good nigga, and he just gonna change. No, the fuck. That's like they be talking about, oh, I'll be a wife once I find the right guy. Look, the thing is, it's not a switch you gonna flip. Consistency, time will tell. Time will tell. Maybe you can flip this motherfucker for bot. You might be able to do 2-3 years. Maybe. I doubt it. It's still, you know what I mean? That's a long time to be consistent. But you get married and like something like marriage can make you, you know what I mean, feel that things be different. And you know what I mean? Maybe. But long term, you're gonna be showing yourself through that 2-3 years, and it'll get to a point to where once you done said fuck him, it's fuck him. It don't matter. You ain't gonna unfuck him. You know what I mean? It ain't no way for you to see. So it sounds good. I would like to believe people change like that too, but yeah, I don't think it happens. But back to what we're supposed to be talking about is the children, the pros and cons of what we see in 2025. I'll start with what shit we said we was gonna start with some cons. I'll start with some cons. I think that like I remember when I was growing up, and all of my homies' moms was pretty much the same way. They was listening when you was in the car with them. You might have heard some Lauryn Hill, and gospel music. Nowadays, goddamn nigga, Quee banging them stock speakers, busting them son bitches, listening to Young Dolph with goddamn Quetta and goddamn Tyrone in the backseat. You know what I mean? Busting. I'm talking about Gucci Mane, goddamn, all of that. We doing it too. Tyrone doing it too. Listen to all this fuck bitches and you know what I mean? She busted open and all of this stuff. And the kids just sitting there taking all this in. No wonder why young boy be cussing, why they be cussing like they cussing. This is learned behavior. That's one thing. What's another good one? I agree with the whole friends thing. You know what I mean? I'm not into like my kids and me being friends. It's not until they get out the house, which I learned, you know what I mean, from you. That was one of the things I learned. We can't be friends until you got your own shit and you stable.
And you used to get mad at me about that shit.
No, I didn't really care about the friend thing.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about the fact that until you get out my house.
Yes, because you didn't communicate and tell me that shit. You just was doing shit. Like I'm supposed to just know what the problem is, and that's what I didn't fucking understand. I just didn't understand.
And that's the negative from my time to your time.
Communication. Absolutely. There's some growth that like there's some. I think that the abuse thing, y'all was heavy on the hand. The lack of communication, motherfucker, just move. How the fuck? Why? Just move. Got them out of nowhere. You ain't know. You done went. Now you changing schools. You know what I mean? Your whole life done changed. You ain't know what the fuck was finna happen.
That's single mother thing.
Yeah, you did the shit too.
No, I did it by myself though.
The single mother. You just said it's a single mother thing. You was a single father, and you did the same thing.
Yeah, but I didn't have children with me. That's different.
Nigga, I was living with you.
Nigga, your ass lived with me a couple of months here, and then you was gone. A couple of months there, and then you was gone.
Well, we can talk about that another time. But what I'm saying is, when I was living with you, we was there. I was living with you for a consistent period of time, and then we just fucking moved.
From where?
Where were we staying? Right out by Veterans Park. You met D at the skating ring.
Yeah.
I think we probably moved. I was with you when you met her. We probably moved like 3 days later.
Wasn't no damn 3 days.
It felt like 3 days. Like goddamn, like nigga.
Bro, goddamn.
It felt like 3 days, bro. We was at the goddamn skating rink. I remember that. Next thing you know, I blinked. I went to sleep and woke up.
You lost some shit in between that.
I went to sleep.
Shit in between that.
I went to fucking sleep and woke up and we was over there. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But yeah,
nah, you missed some time.
It wasn't that damn long. I can tell you that. It wasn't that long.
You missed some time.
Yeah, what, 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. All right.
All right. It wasn't
All
long.
right.
It wasn't long. But either way, what's some more things? The negatives.
When you make their back raise up off the bed,
You can move
shit
in.
like that.
Yeah, you can move in. I did. Hey, Tyrone know a thing or two about raising backs. So you got time and shit. Yeah.
So I was a Tyrone.
Yeah, you was Tyrone. You admitted you was Tyrone. When you act so goddamn, you was Tyrone.
Yeah, but I admitted I was a Tyrone to me, but
Yeah.
I didn't know you thought I was a
Yeah,
Tyrone.
nigga, we share the definition. We understand that we have an understanding of Tyrone. So I would say that, you know what I mean, it ain't so much wiggle. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
But
You had your Tyrone days too.
yeah, I did. They were short though.
Oh, okay.
I did about a baby. What? About a baby 2 years, maybe. About a baby 2 years. Cause I had to get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah.
Cause it would have been much longer than that if I wouldn't have been.
Yeah, nigga, you was finna catch some cases.
Yeah,
so
no, facts,
your
facts.
shit. See, I wasn't running up against them.
Yeah,
I didn't run up against no cases.
That's
Yeah,
facts.
you had to get the fuck up out of here.
What's some more? What's another thing that I see that I do? Oh, the cussing. Like that was another thing y'all did. Y'all did a lot of cussing at kids and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of cussing at kids. When I say this is something that I just don't like, of course, these are things that I ain't telling nobody how to parent. These are just things that observations that I've made that I'm not gonna fuck with. I think it's gonna be, you know what I mean, will have negative effects. Like cussing at your kids, bruh, it's so unnecessary.
So I'm just asking, you know, because I want to know.
Yeah.
Do you feel like I cussed at y'all?
I say no. You ain't talk to as much.
So I didn't cuss at y'all. Though.
No, I wouldn't say you cussed us.
Oh, okay. Okay. Because I was finna, you was gonna have to tell me some examples of that. Because I know I didn't cuss at y'all.
Yeah, no, I didn't feel like you cussed at us. I don't remember you
Okay,
cussing.
well,
But
you
you ain't, and there was another thing.
You say
that-
y'all because of my
We talking about y'all generation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it probably was something that was before. It didn't start with y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Y'all was getting cussed the fuck out. You know what I mean? But it's something I think that's one of those things we need to break. All that cussing at the kids stuff, that don't make no sense. We was at Food Line the other day, and in the line, old girl was cussing the little girl out. And I'm just like, dang, bro, if you just talking like that, it's not necessary. It's just not necessary. And that's something too. Like I ain't gonna say men are just so emotionally in tune. Well, yeah, that's good. I ain't gonna say men are just so emotionally in tune, but like from what I've seen, women generally don't know how to turn that. Once you hot, those words just come with being hot. And for whatever reason, like kids, the innocent thing a kid could do can make a woman hot. They get hot.
Yeah.
Mama used to cook with your shitting ass. You know what I mean? That was what a mama and then either way. She didn't do a lot of cussing. Mama didn't do a lot of cussing, but if she got hot, you know what I mean, you was gonna get it. You was gonna get it. She'll get to looking around trying to find some shit to throw. You always gotta keep that distance. You know what I mean? You keep that distance so she can't just reach out and grab you or nothing. But she'll throw some shit. Remote, shoe, heel, whatever, you know what I mean? She'll launch some shit. But there are some positives that I see as well. Like, and then a big one for me was, like you say, the communication. I'm sorry, I'm going back to the cons of the generation prior. The communication, y'all, and I don't think that y'all's parents did either. Like, create and develop an actual relationship with their children, like an actual relationship. Like
my mama and my sisters had a relationship.
Oh yeah,
I think they had a relationship.
Even when they were younger, like those younger years.
I think they had a relationship. Yeah.
I think Mama and Jasmine. Well, I mean,
she just didn't have a relationship with me.
Oh no, I do, and I've been around like my homie Tone, Mama Roz. They had a relationship, and I think that I've seen it. I have seen some pretty productive relationships.
I haven't.
With parents, I have seen that. I have seen that in y'all's generation. But like I guess from my experience, and I could also be a lot of the times what we remember is the victim portion that we want to, you know what I mean? We remember all of the bad shit. Don't want to give our parents kudos for none of the good shit that they did, because it's not something that sticks with you. The good stuff just don't stick. The bad shit always stick. You remember that ass whooping? You know what I mean? That one. Yeah, the communication, I felt like, and like developing an actual relationship. Like I see when I go to the park, when I take my kids to the park, you know, I see there's a lot of brothers out there with their kids at the parks. You know what I mean? That was something I never seen growing up. I ain't never seen no motherfuckers.
I didn't see
If the
it
kids
either.
was at the parks, there wasn't no parents at the
I,
goddamn parks, bro.
I didn't see it either.
Yeah, so like that's another thing. The only time you would see a parent at some shit, it had to be like a sports event.
Yeah,
They would have to be in like
definitely. Their
football or
dads was
in the
there then.
dads. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, they
dads
was
was
there.
always that was something that and I
Yeah.
think that living vicariously through the child thing that was a thing. I think that's still a big thing too. A lot of parents still do that as far as sports. I don't want my kids to play
I just want to
sports.
set the fuck down. I don't want to live vicariously through nobody. I just want to set the fuck down.
Hmm.
That's all I want to do.
Nigga, you 70, so that's
That's all
it's
right.
about that time
That's all
anyway.
right, bro.
You about to be setting the fuck
That's
down.
all
It's the
right.
Black Album.
Mhm.
But man, what was I at? Yeah, well, we can move on to some good things that I see. I do see, like I said, the going to the parks, being interested. I do see parents actually aiding their children more often than I did back in the day. Actually aiding their children in schooling.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You ain't getting no motherfucking help with no homework.
My mama ain't. I have never known my mama to go to the schoolhouse. We live with my mama.
I got
The
suspended
only
once.
time my mama ever went to the schoolhouse is when them people made her feel like the police was gonna get involved.
Mhm.
Only time I ever seen her
Well, I mean,
go
and
to
that's
the
also
schoolhouse.
something that we need to do better with. I think that we do need to have better relationships with the school and the teachers, and you know what I mean. Actually, be going to the school, letting them see your face on the regular, not just when something went wrong. And see, that's the thing. What we try to do is we start parenting when shit go bad, and not actually identifying the things that lead up to this, which is where you're supposed to be parenting to make sure you're guiding to this. You know what I mean? But then now you want to start parenting when the ass whooping is necessary, when discipline is necessary. Now you parenting. But then, I mean, that's just very, very unintentional and just like I don't. And then to be honest, I don't even know. Maybe it was the fact that I had kids later that I actually care about being intentional. Maybe that's just what it was, what it is, because yeah, I ain't really see like much intentionality in the hood, but because I mean, a lot of people worried about getting that bread and you know what I mean, getting enough sleep just to wake up and do it all over.
Speaking of sleep,
Uh huh.
I'm ready to go take a shower and get the fuck in the bed.
No, I believe it. You
I
ain't
can't
done
stop
shit. Though.
rubbing my eyes.
You ain't done shit though.
I ain't done nothing.
You ain't done
I
shit.
have accomplished a few things.
You've accomplished a few
Yeah.
things.
I
What's
put that
good for you?
hall back together up there.
You wrecked that damn trailer into a motherfucking house
I
today.
ran a trailer into a house today,
Shit's crazy.
and I went to the landfill and took everything off, all the debris and everything off that trailer.
All right, bro. I
unloaded.
don't care what you did
So
today,
I've
bro.
done something today.
We're gonna go.
Your ass is the one that ain't done shit.
Yeah, I fucking around with that computer for about 3 hours and
Oh, you
accomplished
sat
nothing.
on your ass and worked on the computer. For
Anyways,
3
I'm
hours.
saying if you down there, if you down, I'm sorry, if you down there 40 years old and have an 8-year-old friend, you need to go see a specialist. You have a true problem. If you 40-year-old have an 8-year-old friend, oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. If you have friends with your kids, absolutely, I agree.
Yeah.
Then he said, if your child if your child doesn't learn how to cuss from you, that don't make you a nigga because you cuss around them or cuss at them. What it does is teaches them another dialect to use. Cussing is necessary at times. I don't know. I ain't gonna say. I think. See, like for me, cursing is like one of those things, like how they do in comedy. You use it to, you know what I mean, to add that extra oomph on what you saying. You know what I mean? The story you telling, like you use it as a, you know what I mean, a picker upper when you trying to goddamn see that
Mhm.
when you trying to
Yeah.
move that it's emotion, it's an emotional push. And honestly, I think that we
I think I cursed too much.
yeah, you do. Maybe you cuss a lot. You don't cuss on the show though. That's crazy. You don't cuss on the show for whatever reason. You want to be good in front of these people, but you cuss 2 and 3 times a sentence in real life. But where we go? Then said, my dad used to take us to the park. He would sit at the car, be on his CB, I guess CB radio, and let me play like hell. No, that's dope. You know what I mean? Honestly, this nigga ain't never took me to a park before in my life. Uh, my mama, I don't think ever took me to a park
I ain't
before
never
in my
took no
life.
part for it.
No, not that I can remember. And we live right beside Veterans Park. ain't worth it. Nah, I'm just playing. But it's not that, man. But at the end of the day, like things like that make me want to go. But it's also harder to create that habit if that habit wasn't something that was taught to you. So like me going to the park, I don't go to the park as much as I should go. You know what I mean? Oftentimes I'm thinking about what I need to be doing. You know what I mean? And then I pack two on the weekends. You got two pods. During the week you working. You know what I mean? It's like I'm used to adding shit on my plate that don't really have much to do with my children, which I
We
need to do
don't
better
work.
than that.
What is you talking about?
All right, bro. I ain't saying. Uh, last thing Unc said. You just said goddamn and cussing a lot. Now you don't want cussing. LOL nephew, get it right. Easy cuss. Easy cuss. I guess easy cuss or you don't. Yeah, no, I do cuss. I do cuss, but I don't cuss when I'm talking. Well, I don't cuss around my kids, and that's why I don't let Nana watch the pod because I cuss so much on the pod. But like I don't let her watch. I don't cuss in front of my kids. I don't cuss in front of them. But you do,
Yeah,
which is why I be trying to square you away. You can't help it though, and I get it. But if it's like for me, my kids is like mama. It just naturally turns off. Naturally turns off. Like me talking to you, we have a free flowing, you know what I mean, dialect, as Unc said. With Mom Dukes, it just naturally turns off. Like when I'm around my kids, it just naturally turns off. And so, yeah, I don't know how you get that on off switch like that, but yeah.
The kids is gonna know Papa alive to say
Nine again?
Yeah.
Or airy a couple of syllables.
They gonna know it. And they gonna look over that because that's Papa.
Yeah, Nana be like, Papa said bad words. Say, Pop, take Rell to the park tomorrow so so he can let this shit go.
Facts, yeah.
Facts. At the end of the day, the truth's the fucking truth. Now niggas hate when you calling out the truth.
Facts.
They be wanting to give leniency and all this shit. Hey, the truth is the truth is the truth. At the end of the day, we sitting here, which is obvious that it ain't no hard feelings about none of the past, but we gonna talk about it. Why not?
I don't think I got nothing to do tomorrow. Let's take the grands to the kids to the park tomorrow.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'm taking them to the park.
So we did pros and cons. You got anything to add to the pro and con list, and we're gonna go to the memes.
No. It's just, I'm tired. My brain sleep, bro.
The brain sleep.
Yeah, I'm on a brain sleep.
All right, we ain't got much longer, bro. We're gonna go to some memes real quick. Let's see what we got queued up. Bum.
I've been under so much stress for so long. It's time to take a break. I got a break.
Let me see. Oh, did you know this? This is crazy. Excuse me. It says there were 444,536 suicides already in 2025. Just 6 months in, 75 to 80% of these are male. Nigga, 6 months in, we will have 1 million suicides.
There must be white people, bro.
Well, I mean, the white men do commit suicide more than black men, and you know what I mean. But
I'd like to know the percentage on that.
Well, I mean, and my thing
if
is,
that's a fact, then there should be a percentage on that. There should be a breakdown.
I'm pretty sure they got a breakdown on it.
I would like to know that. You ain't do the research?
Yeah. What was your contribution?
My contribution is me.
To just sitting the fuck down.
Me.
Either way, I think that's crazy that we had almost 500,000 people that killed them, unalived themselves already this year.
And you know what? I'm getting sick of that.
What, unalive?
I'm getting sick
I'm
of
so
y'all.
I'm tired of it myself,
trying to change words to make it sound like something that it ain't. What the fuck is unalive?
Bro, that's the bullshit.
What the fuck?
Only reason why I'm saying this is because they make you feel like the algorithm will keep you out of well, you know what I mean? The algorithm will like fuck your numbers up if you say
the algorithm need to goddamn make an adjustment.
That's
because there ain't no fucking
liberal
unalive.
Democrat.
Either your ass alive or you dead.
Talk to your people.
I ain't never heard of no shit about dying being alive being in the same sentence with dying.
Bruh,
or dead.
My thing is talk to your people. That's some liberal Democrat wokeism bullshit that y'all got going on, bro. Talk to your people. That's on y'all. That's on y'all. Don't try to give me a hard time because y'all.
I'm just being honest. The more I learn, the more I don't like the motherfuckers. So I'm just saying. I'm just being honest. You know, there's bad seeds or bad apples in every bunch, you're gonna find at least one. But at the same time, I'm just tired of people telling lies, man.
Yeah, I was bamboozled.
I'm just tired of the lies. You can go and look up most of
Well, I
this.
mean, you might as well. You tired
It's
of the lies. You
crazy.
might
I'm
as well
just
just
tired
not
of
worry about
lies.
politics as a whole.
I'm tired of
Everybody
the
in that
lies.
line.
Yeah, I'm tired of the
That's
lies.
that professional liars. For sure.
That's why I'm on my own shit. You know, I got my own trajectory. I'm just, y'all do what y'all gonna do. Ain't
Oh,
shit I can
speaking
do
of your
about it.
guys, well, hold on. This is Pride Month. You know, now we say this is Men Mental Health Month, but this is Pride Month. Now watch this shit. See, this was mind-boggling to me. Watch this shit over here. This is funny. You understood what was happening, right? You understood what was happening, right?
Hell no. I don't even know what that is.
What is?
The one that was singing? What was that? That's supposed to be a man?
No, I thought I think that was a woman. That was like the, and I don't know how true like the what you call it, the what do you call it? The writing was on that caption. I'm not sure, but what they were saying was that it was like a gay woman was up there, and you let the men help you up, but then once you get up, you want to show that you don't need a motherfucker.
Oh,
that's what I got out of it.
Oh,
That's what I got out of it.
Okay. Oh, so man reached down there and save your motherfucking ass. But then once you get back up there, you with the I seen her.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that's what we get though.
Yeah, it's rough.
That's what we get. Cause ain't no woman pulled your ass up there like he did.
No.
That's what I'm saying. So my thing is though, we've been living with that all our life. When they need us, they need us. When they done got what they want, they don't need us no more.
Yeah,
that's it. It's been like that all my life. All my life.
Hey.
Yeah. That's why,
my nigga Boogie say I helped her get up on her feet just to see her walk away.
That's it. That's it.
I played this one for the To Be Fair show too. This nigga Bubba Dub is funny to me. Yeah. Listen to this OleHead. I think you'll like this one too. I played this on our show. Shit.
Hell yeah. When they don't need your ass no more, they let your ass go. On to the next nigga.
That's all you good for, OleHead.
Yeah, I know it.
Okay, here we go. Let me get back up here to my boy Brother Dub. I think you'll find this one pretty funny.
I was in them. That judge told me, son. From what the district attorney told me, you were withholding information. Don't you know I can give you 30 years right now today? You better think about this. I can give you 30 years right now. But you can also go home in the next hour if you tell us what we need to know. What you think I did? I'm a real man. I'm from the streets. Man, I told every goddamn thing I knew. Come on. What else y'all want to know? I went and told on my first two cousins. Served them to him on a platter. You damn right I gave Roger up. Come on. You been going to jail, in and out your life, your whole damn life, any damn way. But shit, what this time gonna hurt? You been going? Go again.
Go again.
Whole family turn their back on me. Y'all, can y'all believe that? My whole goddamn mama and them turn their back on me, calling me a snitch. I'm a good one. And I'm free. I can go to Popeye right now when I get through recording. My damn fam can't. I can go in there, lay down with my baby mama right now. My damn fam can't. I got kids. Even though I don't take care of them, but goddamn it, they can see me every day.
They can just see you every day.
I can tell them from right from wrong. I can't do that behind prison bars. I was in jail. I was in them. That judge told me, son.
That was the beginning. It started over. Man, to me, that shit was hilarious. that nigga is hilarious to me, bro. Let's see. We'll go here. Let's see.
See, the thing about it too is that standards of luxury have increased in our community, even though the income has not. What I mean by that
That's
is
a great point.
In 1998, when Nas came out with it, If I Ruled the World, what did he say? He said, push a Q45 Infinity.
Yep.
That was like his dream of like, if I ruled the world, I'll push a Q45 Infinity.
Yeah.
A Q45 Infinity is a mid-level luxury car.
Yeah.
Right? Fast forward to today, when you got Kodak Black talking about, I'm too rich to drive a Range Rover.
It's a bar though.
But I'm just saying, but just think about that though, right? Like he's talking about Range Rover at one point was the highest level of luxury. Like Jay was talking about, you know,
for sure.
Like you
only Pump and Shook had Bentleys back in the day, Rolls Royce. It was like the Cornetius. Like,
so what I'm saying is that the level of pressure of luxury has gone up tremendously. Back in the days, you used to be able to get away with, you know what I'm saying, just some fresh pair of Jordans, you know, an Averex. Now these dudes, like, they paying Mike Amiri jeans and $15,000 for layaway jeans, and the level of luxury is at higher points than we've ever seen before. But the income has not increased.
Yep, and collectively broker than ever.
That's a fact.
Just
see, the thing about it too is that standards of luxury have increased.
What's up? $15,000 jeans? Yeah, no, they got jeans out now. I just recently found out about this. When they was talking about Meech's son buying these jeans, these $15,000 a pair of jeans. I didn't even know that existed,
Bruh. What the fuck is they made out of?
Hey, I don't know, bro.
What make them worth $15,000?
The name on them, I guess. I don't know what they look like.
Nigga, ain't no goddamn body name worth no damn money to me.
That's crazy, bro.
Nobody name. What the hell is?
You ain't got no $15 jeans for them?
$15, yeah.
15,000.
Bruh.
1,500.
Hell no.
I think that shit's
I got one pair, and I can afford it. I got one pair of boots I want to get, and you can get a pair, the ones I want, for about 18 to 25. That's the only thing I ever have that costs that much, other than a vehicle. Yeah, and that's only because because I don't like fake shit. Real. I don't give a fuck who naming the motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's not.
Long as they real.
Right, it's the quality.
It's the quality.
Right,
that's all I want. I think them motherfuckers can say Pink Panther. I put them motherfuckers on. They can't be pink though, but I put them motherfuckers on. They can put Pink Panther in the motherfuckers. I have them on. All I want them to be is real. I ain't buying you, bruh. Yeah, that's these kids, your generation.
My generation.
That's one of them. One of them negative things about your generation. Everybody want to have somebody's name on their ass. Don't give a fuck whether it's worth it or not. Niggas get a pair of Jordans paid $300 for them motherfuckers. And 30 days later, they old. Nigga ain't even got a car.
Hey, when we talk about the niggas
y'all motherfuckers.
Nah, bro. I ain't. Well, no. I'll say it's both, bro. You can see that in each generation. I still see the 50-year-old nigga walking to the goddamn bus stop.
He by his goddamn self though.
But he
motherfucking
your
self.
age walking to the bus stop with Jordans on.
But I'm telling you, the type
what's
nigga
worse?
you talking about.
But
I'm telling you the type nigga talking.
Is it worse for my generation or your generation walking to the bus stop with Jordans on?
Definitely worse with mine.
Okay.
What the fuck do you care about a pair of Jordans with your old ass?
I think that shit's funny.
Bruh, I don't understand that shit, bro. I got one pair of shoes with a Nike swoosh on it. And I got them motherfuckers from you. I don't give a shit about that. My money in the bank.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers is getting rich and richer off of
told-
y'all buying they
I
shit.
ain't
My
gonna lie.
money in the bank.
I told you when I was working at the bank and I was doing the like there was like this coaching thing, onboarding the new people and like helping them get adjusted. One of the guys, he just so happened to be a homosexual.
Mhm.
But one of the guys was I was asking him what his long term and short term goals were. And you know what I mean? That was a part of like the questionnaire they had for us. So I asked Buddy what his long term goal was. I forget what his short term goal was because his long term goal just trumped
It
everything.
just trumped everything.
It just trumped everything.
You couldn't remember
nigga-
shit after that.
Yeah, he fucked me up. And I wondered I can't really control my facial
Yeah.
expressions. I didn't know that until I went
Yeah.
to the military.
Yeah.
And they started firing on my ass. I was doing extra push-ups because of my face. But anyway, he said to me his long-term goal was to get another pair of red bottoms. And it fucked me up. Because I was expecting, you know what I mean? Something maybe move up in the company, you know what I mean? Some shit that was going, you know what I mean? It wasn't even like getting to a place where you can afford. Your goal is just to get them some bitches. I was like, okay, bro. I didn't even know what the fuck to say. Honestly, I didn't even want to coach no more. I didn't want to fuck with him no more after I heard him say that. I ain't want to fuck with him no more. I ain't gonna lie. I really wanted to just be like, oh well, he ain't gonna be here long.
Bruh, I go home and get clean and get plenty compliments.
It don't take
Nigga got $100 worth of shit on.
Yeah.
$100 worth of shit on. Get plenty motherfucking confidence.
It don't take all that.
Compliment.
I think that like
I don't understand. How would it?
yeah.
Bruh, that is poor man's mentality. We consume more than we make.
Mhm.
It don't make no sense. And then when they get my age, with plenty of niggas I grew up with right now, ain't got a fucking place to stay. But they got Jordans on their goddamn feet, yo.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? You living with somebody else. You living with your family, one of your homeboys, or Quick. You ain't even got a car. You driving her shit. But you got Jordans on. Got your little old chain.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Might have old gold too right there.
Yeah.
Like Martin
Jerome.
Jerome,
Yeah.
Jerome. You know what I mean? You got a Rome in your mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey.
What?
I've listened to this. I can't remember what they actually named it, but it was like teaching like how to sell black people products.
Mhm.
And it was talking about how like we care about brand names, make them feel like it's gonna, you know what I mean, make him feel like it'll make him more prestige.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It was like it was literally like how white people can sell to black people, and it was all just because like we just things that make us feel like we're better than everybody else. We just like that shit, make us feel big about ourselves.
Put another zero in my bank account, and I'm gonna feel better about myself.
Not 100%.
I'm gonna feel better about
I was talking to one of the homies.
That's
He made
all
a
you
similar
gotta
statement
do.
about buying like some
Yeah.
shoes when he get into a certain position, and
Yeah.
I was just like, but wouldn't it make more sense? Like he was saying, like being able to look at the shoes was gonna do it for him. And I was like, but what about if you just can look at the number in your account though? Like that wouldn't make you feel better than them shoes. Because then, like, if you even spend a certain amount of money you spend on them, like, you ain't even gonna find a place where you can wear them some bitches. Where you go, where you can wear, you know what I mean, some whatever the fuck, however the fuck much these red bottoms cost. Where do you go to wear red bottoms at? I don't go nowhere where red bottoms is necessary.
Doctor on South Boulevard.
Mhm.
We used to my job used to send us over there. We used to get our physicals and all that stuff over there. That heifer, she was fine too. She wore red bottoms.
Yeah, I seen like going into court. I seen like red bottoms in court.
I used to dream about taking the motherfuckers off their feet. Not cause I like red bottoms.
Yeah, I understand.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
But
foot fetish.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, nah, I don't necessarily get it. And like I also, you know, I'm a car guy, right? But I also am not a car guy to where I even look at cars above a certain price range.
Oh yeah.
I'm not really
Yeah.
interested in even really giving a fuck about a $200,000 car.
Oh hell.
Even if I could afford it, I wouldn't buy the motherfucker.
Hell no.
Like, you know how many cars I can get that like really like and put some bread into them and make them what I want? 200,000. I'd rather have that big ass. Give me about an 8-car garage. and I'll put some shit in that motherfucker. Regular nigga shit, some nice
Well,
shit. with
I've
some
been trying to
horses.
convince myself to buy a damn $70,000 car.
Oh yeah.
I've been trying to convince myself,
I
and
can't see it, bro.
I'm on the Monte Carlo now. You know what I can make that motherfucker look like for $70,000.
Take 70,000.
I know it. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
For half of that, I had a baddest mother in Charlotte. Not Charlotte, but Charlotte.
Yeah. Okay, so I mean, I guess this lends us to a place where maybe we can talk about this. We have about 25 minutes left. What do you think, like, makes up the value of a man? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are the things that you would say should be valued in men or make up the value for men, like their perceived value?
Their perceived value.
Yeah. Well, we was talking about the material. You know, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna say that, but like that kind of made me think about like what would be one or some things that you think like build a man's value.
Well, um, if you're talking about building value, the only way you can build value is to have some money. Because you can be the greatest person in the world. The greatest person in the world. But in order for you to have value, you have to have somebody that don't give a damn about no money, that'll sleep out in the motherfucking rain with you.
Or they just got plenty of money to where they don't
No.
need you to make money.
Because if you the type person that's gonna value a broke ass man, because that's what he is, a broke ass man, but he a good person, great person, outstanding person. If you can see value in him, you have to know struggle.
What do you mean?
You have to know struggle. You have to come from humble beginnings.
Okay. Let's just
Because you ain't had money all your life, and this just sweep you off your feet. I'm just being honest.
I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. Didn't Oprah Stedman? What did he do? Ain't his name Stedman?
Ain't his name Stedman?
Ain't Oprah's whatever the fuck bro was?
He can't tell Oprah a goddamn thing.
Yeah, but she got a man that ain't got no
He's
money, right?
not no motherfucking man. Didn't
How
you
do
hear
you-
what I said? He can't tell her a damn thing. He can't stop her from doing shit. If that nigga is a man got value here.
That's pride.
That's right. And if you got that, when you tell your woman to sit her motherfucking ass down and you dead ass serious, she gonna sit the fuck down.
I don't think so.
That's right.
Uh,
That's right. But
nigga,
then she
nigga.
don't value you.
No.
She don't.
She
No.
just no. See, this is the thing. She value her damn self more than
No.
she value you.
She
That don't mean she don't value you.
no.
They
No.
just look.
No.
At the end of
If
the
your
day,
woman,
man,
listen,
what do you
listen, old head.
Okay.
I'm older than you.
Okay.
If your woman values you,
Uh-huh.
she is not, and she know you dead ass, and that would tear up your relationship. She gonna sit her motherfucking ass down.
I don't know.
She gonna sit her motherfucking
Ain't gonna
ass
lie. It's
down.
a lot of pride. It's a lot of pride. I think that like the pride that you talking about with men, I think a lot like women have the amount of pride, that amount of pride too these
I don't
days.
give a shit how much pride she got. If she see value in you, and she want to keep you, she gonna set her motherfucking ass down. Ass on.
I think it's
She
different.
gonna set.
I think
Listen, bruh, that's some bullshit. Don't let nobody fool you.
No.
Women got plenty motherfucking sense.
Listen.
They act crazy. They do all this. They do all that. But if she value you,
I hear what you're
and
saying.
she know that this is a deal breaker,
If she don't
her
set that-
ass gonna sit. No. When you get to that point, it ain't just sitting down. I'm saying when you get to that point, when you say enough is enough, sit your ass down, take your ass somewhere, whatever. She might leave mumbling, but she gonna do what the fuck you said.
Hey,
I'm telling you, bro.
hey, I think it, and I'm not saying that like I have these problems, but just like the people that I know, I don't hear that shit. I don't see it. I don't see it.
Because women don't know what they want. They ain't gonna tell you what they gonna do. They just gonna do the shit.
Nah,
She gonna set her, bruh.
I don't see it.
I
bruh.
ain't met now. Your mama set her ass down.
I don't see it, bro.
Okay,
I don't see
All
it,
right.
bro.
okay.
Because like I
Okay.
said, there's a level of
It's-
pride. There's a level of pride that
I-
that everybody
listen,
has now on
listen,
both sides.
Listen. Everybody got pride.
Mhm.
Pride don't keep your ass warm at night. Pride don't pay no fucking light bills. Pride don't make your ass rise up off the bed. Pride can't do a motherfucking thing for you. And they know that. And
No.
they know, and they know, and they know if you that nigga and you worth that much to them,
Mhm.
then they know
Well-
you worth, hold up. They know that you worth just as much to another motherfucker. That's
I
why they
understand
gonna
that.
set their ass down.
Okay, so what do you have to do to build that kind of value to where you can make that call? Would you say?
What do you have to do?
Yes, that's my question. What are these things that that you think that in modern society? I ain't talking about back in my mama day. I'm talking about in modern society. You talking to a woman that is the same age as you. She also 9 times out of 10 she's working. You know what I mean? She just let's say on average, she's making the average amount. You're making like, or what do you? If she's making the average amount and she's sustainable, she can sustain herself whether y'all together or not. What is it that you can bring to the table that will allow for you to have that kind of dynamic within the household?
Okay, we already established y'all got about the same amount of money, right?
No, we could. I'm saying that's. Well, I was telling.
No.
I tried to take that out. I tried to take that
You
out. So we
said
talking about
she got
but I
average and you got average.
on the back end. I tried to take that out. We're not talking about what you have. I'm asking what must he have. I'm saying what she has. She's
Okay,
making an average
what
amount of money.
you still said he needs to make at least what she made.
Okay, what else?
He needs to make at least what she made.
Uh-huh.
But she has to see the potential
For him to make more.
of him making a lot more than she made.
Okay.
Okay. He must be established. That means he got his own crib, whether it's renting a place or own a place. He got to have a car. His credit must be good. Because a woman that's already, you know what I'm saying, he gonna have good credit. And for a lot of them now, nigga gonna have to either have braces on or have perfect teeth.
I didn't expect you to say something about teeth.
I promise you. You said now, right?
Yeah.
Not back, now.
No.
Okay, yeah. That right there will get you, you know what I mean? That right there will get you.
If I say sit down, sit down.
Yes.
I don't think so.
Yes.
I don't think so, bro.
Bruh. Listen. Oh, and I forgot the main ingredient. You know, after all of that, you got to take her ass to Pound Town.
I
You
100%
gotta
believe-
take that ass to
100%, that's a
Pound
fact.
Town. And if you can take that ass to Pound Town, you make. If she turn over and grab her goddamn stomach and just lay in the bed, it's a wrap. After all of that, it's a wrap. I'm telling you, it ain't a lot.
Well, I mean, and then I think
It ain't a lot.
I think too that like,
But they'll tell you they want that 6-figure nigga. But if you just
well, I
you
mean, I don't know
just
about that
be
shit.
just be right there. You know how hard it is to find what I just named?
Yeah, but see, the thing is that like I hear what you're saying, but I know guys. Well, I don't know what niggas doing in the bedroom, but I know like a lot of guys that will, let's say, make either right at what she makes, or you know what I mean. Even I know guys that make a little bit more, but I don't see the willingness of women to like actually. It's not as clear cut as it used to be. Like if you're talking about a woman that's in my age bracket, that's making the average income, which is around like 50 something, or what is it, 46,000, something like that. I think it's 40, around 40.
It's 46. It was 44, I think it was.
Okay,
It
well,
was
we just
like
say around
46 now.
46,000. If she feels that she can be self-sustained, she's not gonna let you. She's gonna have
She's
too much
not gonna
pride
let
for
you
you.
leave. She can't fuck herself.
I ain't saying
She,
at the
she
end of the
can't
day.
talk to herself.
I understand, but see, the thing is that we all believe that we have more options than we do. But like, so the thing is that
Women know they ain't got as many options as they say.
do you
they
think
do.
people really? We're not
I'm
even
talking
just
about
saying women, just
I'm talking
people
about
in
for good
general.
dudes. I'm talking about for good dudes. A good dude. We
I
talking
don't
about
know.
a good dude.
I don't know if I believe that.
Which You know, I'm gonna tell you something, old head.
Mhm.
I'm like your homeboy. You are too hard on women to like women.
Nigga, I'm talking about. Oh, I'm too hard on women to like women.
Yeah.
Nigga, I'm talking about. I was you the whole time. I've been talking about men. I've been saying men too. I've been saying men too.
No,
I think that we have too much pride. But nigga, I'm hard on everybody.
yes, but that's what I'm saying. That's the point.
I'm too okay. So let's unpack this. I'm too hard. I'm too hard on women to like women because that's almost like a question that Quintel had recently. He was saying like, do men actually like women?
Yeah.
And I think that
You
like,
don't like them.
based on what?
You don't like them,
Based on what?
but you love your idea of the perfect woman. You don't like women. You love your idea of the perfect woman. You don't like women though.
Well, so give me some
I'm
unpack it.
Unpack it.
Yeah, tell me. Like these are people
OleHead.
watching, so you can help
OleHead.
them understand what you're
OleHead.
saying is based on.
Oh, here.
Mhm.
We've been pretty close for years now.
Yeah, been quite a few years now.
Okay. I talk about women with you because you like my boy.
Right.
I talk about women with you.
Mhm.
You have a disdain, and it's in your face, not what come out of your mouth. Like you say, you do them push-ups. If every time you look crazy at a woman, just come up with your, you know what I mean? If you had to do push-ups, your goddamn chest will be right here.
But my thing is that
your chest will be right here.
but you still ain't giving nobody no real meat and potatoes. You just making a statement. So what does this look like? What is the things that you're seeing that actually make you say it? What is an example of what you're saying?
Okay. Women like to dress up. That's a female. Wouldn't you say that's a girl thing? They like to dress up.
Yeah, women like to dress up.
Women like to dress up. Okay. If they have anything on that you classify as for the streets or Shaquita or anything like that, no matter where you don't know where they came from, you don't know what their background is, you don't know what type of money they make, you don't know nothing about her. If she got any of those things on, or if she having a bad day and you don't know it, and she misspoke about us or something, we was just in passing, she is automatically for the streets.
See, the thing is that
she's automatically
okay, go ahead.
Is it a fact or no?
It's not. It's not.
So
well, first off, no. What I'm saying, no. You're just exaggerating. Like you're exaggerating, but it's fine though. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. But hold on. Let me address what you're saying. First off, I'm very conservative. That's something that I understand. I'm conservative. So if you got your titties out, or if I can see your nipples, like anything like that, I'm not. When I say for the streets, it's not like it's just some shit that I wouldn't.
Conservative, right?
Yes, I'm conservative.
Okay,
right. But you see what you do is no. Hold on. Let me finish. You talk for a while. So, but what you do is you cape. So it's more like more like simping. So you're willing to accept much more than I'm willing to accept. So you give them a pass on all kinds of shit. Like for me, I wouldn't try to date no chick that's walking. I don't believe in that, nigga. If you need a car, I'm not finna be taking you nowhere. I'm not finna be picking you up every day and all that shit. The baseline is you gonna be needing to motherfucking get yourself where you need to be going, because that's not so. But you will go and you will think that somebody walking down the street, oh yeah, you just help her and then you want to save somebody. So you'll call me. You'll say that I don't like women. No. You just like your spectrum is so accepting for all kind of bullshit that me giving a critique and telling you, like, I know I'm conservative, right? But you're the liberal motherfucking, you know what I mean? You have that accepting and give her a chance, even though this motherfucker, you can look, she don't even look like she literally.
Would you say
can
Donald
look
Trump
and tell
is conservative?
Is Donald Trump conservative?
Yeah.
Donald Trump's a weird guy. Well, I would say he probably is conservative.
You would say he was
conservative. Yeah. If you look at it,
his wife is a fucking prostitute.
Okay, no, I get that. But why are you comparing me to Donald Trump?
No, you said conservative.
Okay, but what I'm saying,
Okay, so he's a conservative.
what difference does that
Them
make?
women that walk around up in there with them
Right,
bitches don't
so-
have no bras on. They nipples
Okay,
be standing out. They don't
what
have
I'm
no
saying-
fucking drawers on. None of that shit. But because I got some paste on goddamn hair, whatever that shit they be wearing right here,
Mhm.
you for the streets.
No, that's
But
not true.
the
You
bitch up here got she got a $9,000 dress on, but she ain't got no bra, no drawers, none of that shit on.
Right.
All of her hair ain't hers.
you still for the streets.
That's Donald Trump's wife.
She still, regardless, you a porn star, you
You
for the
said,
streets.
you said, but
I said I'm
then not only
conservative.
her. Okay,
So what I'm saying is that just because he has he's not conservative in dating, obviously, because he date a fucking porn star. So when we're talking about it's dating, so I'm saying I'm conservative when I say we're talking about dating specifically, right? So now you want to talk about Donald Trump? What the fuck do that have to do with Donald Trump and his
no,
choosing of old
conservative. You
ladies?
said you conservative.
I am conservative.
He's conservative.
No, you talking about as it relates to his political opinions and shit. We were talking about dating. Just now we've been talking about dating. So I'm conservative. I ain't with the nipple showing. I ain't with the short John. Like I like a sundress. You know what I mean? I like a sundress. That's cool. You know what I mean? But if you are leading with cleavage, is what I say. If you're leading with cleavage, I think that's for the street activity. And so that when I say for the streets activity, that just means something that I wouldn't fuck with. I ain't saying that there's not that don't mean that you couldn't be a good person.
You ain't been downtown. No, I know you ain't been downtown. We don't go downtown.
Right. I don't
But
go
you
downtown.
go downtown at lunchtime
Uh-huh.
and look at them women walking in and out of them buildings up there.
Yeah, see, but I'd be the nigga that would want to talk like the pants. I still fuck with the pantsuit. I like the long skirt John with the heels on. See, that's what I'm talking about. So I'm conservative in that
Okay.
way. So it's easy for me to look out here and see a lot of the times based on what girls be wearing a lot of the times now. It's easy for me to point out a hell of them and say that that's for the streets active because that's not my joint. I'm conservative. It's easy because most of them wearing it. So it's easy to find that, right? But at the same time, what?
So all the girls that wear the new style fashion show a little cleavage and all of that.
a
all
little
of them for
cleavage
the
is fine,
street.
but a little cleavage is fine.
Hey,
But you
don't
know what
nobody
I'm
want
talking
no
about.
woman with her titties out.
You know what I'm talking about. Like you made a very big statement when like in reality.
Broad.
Okay, so give me another example because you don't really got legs to stand on. You made a very strong statement, just so you know. And I could eat your ass all the way. I could pick that shit apart. Because at the end of the day, in my opinion, I think that you're just like a lot of the times, motherfuckers can see red flags and just ignore them, and then end up dealing with. Next thing you know, you got a baby by this motherfucker, and you just now finding out she ain't worth a fuck. No, it's been signs the whole way. Just like when you was talking a couple of shows ago, you said that. You said that most of the time when I make my calls, I be right. When we can figure out down the line what a motherfucker is really about, I'm right, right? So to say that, only thing I'm saying is that I make a lot.
But that statement that you just made, that
Which
statement,
statement specifically
that you make a lot of calls right on
that you made?
no that I'm that no that the
Yeah, that was a
even
statement that
I
you made. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, even that I made. Yeah, but that's my point. That's my point. You have a certain, but that just because I wear a certain thing or I like a certain dress or whatever, you could be for lack of a better term, eccentric. You know what I mean? Like that, revealing kind of, and
caping.
still be.
You caping. Go ahead, finish caping.
You talking onesies and twosies?
Okay, so you say onesie and twosie what?
The women that you actually see that fit your bill.
Right. Of course.
So what you read?
No. I was let me see. I was trying to figure out where to start at. They say he was Q said he calling out the bias. Then he said he's talking to you having a female specific bias.
Yes.
Then Rell is Carlin Park Captain Saber. Yeah, how am I saving? This nigga be the one saving. This nigga literally is saving. That's his whole thing is saving, bro. I'm talking about for like, all right, whatever, bro. Y'all fuck. believe what you want to. Okay, old head, senior pulling out the Amazon box. Rell want to give these hoes passes. That's literally him. How are you getting me giving them passes? He's literally trying to give them passes. Niggas just want to agree with you just because. Q put a box up there. He said Rell want to get him a whole wife her up, then put her in the closet so nobody else can see her. Again, wow, nephew, what in the hell is wrong? So what is that soda? Save your ass, nigga. Your pop is trying to tell you that you need to smash the box in. It's not hard to understand that those who are smashing the box in are women. Women like a lot of things, but love to come more and more. Oh, I guess he's talking about sexually. Yeah, in my opinion, right? So like I say, there's going to be a lot less women that are as like conservative, right? Because we live in a culture where conservatism is damn near over with the feminist movement and the fucking liberal movement and the wokeism. That shit's damn near over with. But you're also going to find the same thing as like with me. I'm a conservative man. I'm also the sole provider in my house, so I have very conservative leaning views, right? So I'm also going to be different. It's not going to be every day that you find a nigga that's doing the shit that I'm doing, right? So the fact that it's not the norm.
So where do y'all meet at though?
Shit, I ain't been single in a long time. I don't know where you meet him at. I don't know. You asking me a
this
question I can't
This
answer.
is a fucking general conversation.
Maybe
I'm
on
saying,
dating sites. I don't know.
If you that type of person, then people like mine supposed to flock together, right? So where do people with your views, where do you find them at?
I guess you would have to find them on social media.
I hear them.
I don't like dating white website. I don't know, nigga. I ain't been in the game in a long time. So to figure out where the fuck these people live, I don't know. But actually, no. You can if you had a decent if you depending on where you work at, you can find some more conservative leaning women. You can find that. It's not like at the end of the day, it's not an anomaly thing. What it is that there is much more of these free. You know what I mean? These people that want these free spirits, motherfucker, want to be able to do everything. You know what I mean? Don't care about like you. She could be out here hoeing, and then you can make her your wife, and all of this shit that niggas is changing the game on. Like I'm cool on it. And so there are some women that believe that they don't want to just be giving their body up. They didn't have to go through this whole phase that everybody's saying everybody got to go through and do all of this shit. Like at the end of the day,
so it's all right to be a hoe, but you got to come home sometimes.
Hey, that's what y'all niggas think. That's what y'all niggas think.
I ain't never said that.
Hey, that's the shit y'all be accepted.
I ain't never said that.
That's the shit y'all be accepted.
Y'all
I ain't
never said that before.
Y'all niggas is just like honestly and I ain't gonna say it's not a bad thing. You know what I mean? I'm just a little bit different. I'm more conservative than most of my friends, especially how I am socially. Like I done made these certain decisions. It's like, I jumped off the porch and got my ass scared back on the porch. Now I'm all the way on the motherfucker. You know what I mean? And so, like my views, I'm very much more conservative than even my homeboys.
Sometimes.
Say it again.
You gotta cut your grass sometimes.
No, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. But I mean,
you can't cut it on the porch either.
Man, you can pay somebody to cut it.
You
Niggas that's already off the porch. Yeah, them niggas is already off the porch. Yeah, you can get them niggas. They cut grass. Niggas off the porch cut grass. You ain't gotta.
They probably can give you a few names.
Hey, I can just walk around the neighborhood and get a couple names. You know what I mean? See a couple niggas cut grass. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I say, I definitely am. I am more specific on the type of like women that I find attractive. Like, and that's like me. I'm also not attracted to like sexually attracted to somebody just because I see you.
I can understand that.
No, you don't understand that.
I can understand.
You don't understand that.
Oh Lord.
You don't.
Oh,
so like
Lord.
for me, see the thing is that and this.
So you saying?
Hold on. Let me finish. This is kind of a statement that they were making on the last pod or To Be Fair show. We were talking about when Q said, "Do men actually like women?" And he would say like just being willing, like being around women, right? Just not even just looking at them, but like actually conversing, like having conversations with women, and like actually having relationships with women. And then we got into the place of like, could you have relationships with women and be married, or like have a relationship and still have these kind of relationships with women? And see, my point is, I actually think that I actually do like women, and it's not just a sexual thing, and that's the reason why I don't try to develop relationships with other women. It's because like I'm the type of person, like I've always liked the lead up. I actually like to understand, like to listen to you talking, that getting to know you phase. Like that's one of the things. First off, that portion right there is what will make me sexually attracted to you. Me actually wanting to have sex is gonna be based on these conversations. Cause you just looking away. That ain't really like something that makes me think sex. It's like, oh nah, she got a nice body, maybe, you know what I mean, or she's bad, but that doesn't make me think sex. Like the actual conversation and all of these things those are the things that make me actually like you. And so I steer away from that in its totality because I actually do know that would be the thing that makes me like you. But some niggas just really just, you'll say, oh, nigga like women, you just like fucking. That don't mean you like women, nigga. You just because you like all these different types and she can look slutty or not and not. No, nigga, you just like fucking. You like being able to peep.
How you gonna shit on everybody else's? How you gonna shit on everybody else's way of enjoying women as just fucking?
What I'm saying is that maybe well, first off, we ain't gonna go into that. What I'll say is that like maybe, and well, this is just my opinion. So in my opinion, I believe that when you say, do you actually like women? And he's talking about actually conversing with women and sitting down and like the way that they think about a thing and like being able to get the perspective, right? Actually, because to based on what he was saying, to like them would also include just sitting there and casually having conversation with them and seeing where their perspective lies and getting their opinion about different things and all of that stuff. So like, yeah, just like the same way you would talk with, like the same way we would talk.
That's like playing chess.
Sound like you still just trying to get to the point. What you're saying is
No, that's like playing chess.
what? Okay, elaborate. What do you mean? Playing chess to win, right? It's you talking about playing. What is it?
Their answers and their conversation is just based off of where they perceive you are at.
Okay. But what does that have to do? I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with that. But I was trying to figure out where you were saying I made how do I feel that the way that how do you say it? Talking about like pretty much boiling it down to niggas just wanting to fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want you to.
But let's get back to chess though.
Uh-huh.
All they doing is playing chess.
Yeah, but that's if you think
They
it's
don't-
sexually the whole time.
If you think it's
what I'm saying,
sexually,
if the
no,
thing is
that's
that
just
you would also.
sex out of it.
But what I'm saying is that, or you're trying. What you're saying is that she's trying to impress you to make you do what? Want to be with
No,
her?
it ain't to make you do nothing.
So just because
It's just a mind thing. With them, it's just a mind thing.
well, it's the same thing.
She
with us.
gonna listen. You are gonna have a conversation with her, and she gonna tell you only so much, then get you talking. Then as you start talking, then she's gonna open up more.
Right.
But she's still playing chess though.
But what you
Her
say she's playing chess, what will be the
her
goal?
answers and what she opened up to, they always got an angle.
What I'm saying is that, but you would always be like, in order to say it's like playing chess, that means that you
'Cause she
assume that
always
she
got
has
an
a
angle.
goal. So that means that to say she, like I said, to say she's playing chess would mean that you're assuming that she have a goal.
She wants you to look at
Perceive
her
her in a specific
certain
light.
Exactly, and that's her goal.
Okay, I think we do the same. We do the same thing. I don't think we do the same thing. That's not really just a woman thing. That's a man thing. We push our best foot forward and try to convince a motherfucker that we do the same thing. That's not really a male or female dynamic. But back to what you
OleHead.
what
That is not the same thing.
bro, niggas tell the best niggas. You're not gonna tell the full truth. You're gonna tell the stories, and you're gonna present yourself to be a guy that should be likable. That's what we naturally do. People in general just naturally do that. You're gonna put your best foot forward, and you go ahead.
You know what? See, I have met a girl before in the past, and at first she wasn't really feeling me. At least I didn't feel like she was anyway. But then we got to talking, and she was asking me questions, and she, I liked her. I thought she was all right with her. But anyway, she started asking me questions, and we was just having a conversation, and then she asked me was I single and this and the third and yada yada yada, and I just told her what I thought that she wanted to hear, but really didn't want to hear. You know what that was? I always have more than one woman.
Mhm.
And you know what? She wanted to fuck me after that.
Right. So what? Hold on,
My
understand.
point is, the shit that she telling you, it's a fucking lie. She playing chess.
See, but
It's
I
a
knew I was
fucking
about to
lie.
get back here. See, the thing is that you could sit here, and this, bro, I know you. So it's so crazy for you to actually have the outlook and say like, I don't like women when I'm telling like you just related it all the way back to sex, anyways, which I already understand. Like you to pinpoint it
No,
out and
that
say
was
that,
to say that. Okay, go ahead.
nigga, I'm telling like it's so you could they
It's
call
to
it a
prove
box
my
and all
point.
this shit. No.
She
You don't prove your point and actually prove.
she was lying.
No, what I'm
All the shit she had told me before that was a fucking lie.
Oh,
She
right.
act like she was this great girl that that was looking for the right guy,
Mhm.
and she done been in some relationship with some dudes, and then find out that they got this other woman, and they this and they that and
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And then she talking to me, and I told her off the fucking gate,
I understand. Because the thing
and
is
she
that
still
but
wanted to fuck me.
yeah, because the thing is that if
Because they don't care.
dependent, it depends. See, this is the thing. I don't disagree with the that some of them don't care about the situation, right? But if you've already built, which I already know how you talk. So you already would have built the value, right? If you built the value in yourself, I got my house, and you know what I mean. No matter how you would have
We
told
had
the
never
story
got
of
to that.
yourself.
We
But I'm
never
just
have
saying,
got
no,
there.
but that specifically, of course, I don't know what y'all talk about, but I'm saying I know how you carry your conversation. You always gonna lead with like um value. You lead with the value. So you show that So like you know what I mean. That's just a given. I already know that's just how you converse. So if you have that value already, and then you're attractive, you pretty much ain't gonna lose unless like she's just only dating to for marriage. Like you know what I mean. If she just dating, then you still that ain't gonna change your mind whether you can drop or not, because she was already interested in letting you drop. You know what I mean. That you ain't gonna deter her if you already present that value and
Yeah.
she's just having you know what I mean
but
willing
my
to have
point-
casual sex.
My point is, when
Mhm.
I was talking to her, she was on this thing that like she was, like straight
Oh, yeah.
shooter, yada yada yada,
Mhm.
da 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 da. And then I told her, I say, I always have more than one.
Mhm.
She didn't give a damn.
Yeah, I mean,
But she thought though. My point is, what she thought was that I was gonna say, oh no, I don't cheat, and I
yeah.
don't do this and I don't do that, and I didn't.
Mhm.
Because she was playing chess. That's what they do. They have a conversation
Okay.
with you, and the conversation that they have with you ain't what they actually fucking do. It's not what they do. It's you. I'm telling you. You see how I can go and just say anything. I'll just go and say anything. I will.
Yeah, so I
I'll
mean,
just go and say
it
anything.
lands okay, and then it lands
Yeah.
good sometime, and then so see
Yeah.
the thing is that you just don't
But the
mind. You
point-
don't mind you don't mind missing the free throw. So if as long as you're shooting, you know what I mean, you gonna miss some and you gonna drop some. So you just don't mind missing the free throw. Which at the end of the day, that just don't. But hold on. I want to get back to what we was talking about. You kind of veering off. We was talking about what is it we were supposed to be, well, we talked about men value, and somehow we got here, but we was talking about the idea of like of men, let's say men not really caring much of like caring for women. They're really just looking to get the thing, right? And so I want to help. I want more help understanding where the statement comes from. That because we already passed time. The statement to say like you don't like women, or what would that actually look like? A person that don't like women, what would that actually look like? Other than of course somebody that's in
I'm
the
not saying you
LGBTQIA.
gay or nothing.
Oh yeah,
I'm
but so
saying-
that's beside. Nobody's thinking that. But I'm talking about just saying just to get back there before we end for the night, because I felt
I,
like that
I
was
told you what I thought about that.
talking about providing a critique.
I told you that you look at women, and if they don't, and then you start talking about the conservative thing.
Right.
That's
But that's
what-
all, but that's the type though. That's the type. So like that. So to say that. So like that would be like a woman saying, "I like a man that makes this money. He's this tall. He's you know what I mean. You're talking about your preference.
Mhm.
So your preference don't mean that you don't like women. That's to me, that's what something like women would say on social media. You start talking about the preferences, oh, you just don't like women. That's one of the things they would probably say. That's how they would go with it. You start talking about a preference, and the motherfucker start, you know what I mean, try to use this try to use a big late. Well, which we can let it go. It don't matter. That wasn't a fucking box, by the way. Let me see. Seems like he's saying you go out your way to critique women. Well, I mean, we go out our way. We both in general. This nigga OleHead sit there and talk shit about damn near every woman we see. He fooled y'all into even trying to have this conversation. He fooled y'all. This nigga, he critiques people more than I do. And we say we get the Tyrone, Shaquille, we do that on both of them. Whatever, nigga. Fuck y'all. All right, that was fun, man. What was the box, bro? Whatever, bro. We had fun. Hey, shout out to everybody that tapped into the chat. Oh, let me read some more unks real quick before we leave, because he was in the chat. Turned up. What he said, I don't need any new friends. I have 5 sisters. Women to me are cool to talk to, but not to hang out with unless I'm trying to do grown things with them. Shallow it may be, but true I am.
I like
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day,
yeah.
So okay, so let me ask you this: Does liking women? Would you say liking women is would show itself in somebody that talks to women to get what they want out of the scenario, or do you think that liking women would be someone that would have like casual conversation and be willing to just like, you know what I mean, just develop a relationship with women in general? That has nothing to do with anything sexual. Would never have anything to do with anything sexual. Which one do you think actually I like more closely represents a man that likes women?
Which one did I? Both of those men could like women. It ain't it ain't the fact that,
because one is
I
just using conversation as a tool to get what they really want. One of them is just using that. You don't really like them, but you like what you can get, so you just kind of do what you got to do to get the end. You know what I mean? To get what you want to need that you're actually desiring. Versus one of them is actually appreciating just a relationship. Do you see what I'm saying?
I mean, that right there is just what do you call it? That's just two different strategies. The goal is the same.
Goal? What's the goal? See, that's the thing.
The goal is the same.
You proved my
Are
point.
you not trying to get the woman?
No, listen. The one of them is not trying to get one. One is just wanting to be around just because they respect and appreciate the way that women think differently than men think. So you'll just have casual conversation and just like develop friendships. The other one is looking to drop, and so he develops his whole strategy is based on the end goal.
Men don't have casual conversations with women.
All right,
with
my point is proven.
With not
this brown, yellow, green color combination, wild stuff. Oh yeah, this I don't know what this nigga got on today. This nigga got the neon on today.
Right.
Shout out to LTO. We appreciate you pulling up. But we finna wrap this one, man. That was fun, OleHead. We'll probably we'll try to dive a little bit deeper. I know we'll have Unc coming soon. He would have been coming today, but he had to get some time with grandkids. We're gonna welcome Unc home. You know what I mean? We're probably gonna have him as a regular. After the 20-year span, he gonna have some good prison stories to tell. We're gonna dive into kind of what made him. How did he get started into the life that he chose? You know what I mean? Where did he actually like step off the porch and start? You know what I mean? Taking that left. And I think it'll be dope to have him on here. But yeah, this was a great episode. We got Unpacked every Wednesday at 9:30. We got the To Be Fair show every Sunday, which is tomorrow. Tap in. It's gonna be a great show at 4:30. We got Who You Talking To on Saturdays at 8:30.
No, we don't come on Saturdays. We come on every third Saturday.
Whatever. Your ass don't contribute. You just sit in here and talk. I'm in here doing technical shit, figuring out apps and buying all this shit and fucking product reviews and shit. Either way, hey, we appreciate y'all pulling up. Love y'all. Peace, family. Be blessed.
All right, bro. Get my dad, man.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. Love you, man. My bad. Yeah.